Welcome everyone to yesterday's NBA news from the 30th of July. Happy birthday to one of my best friends. That's just in there. And let's get straight into it, as we had a really entertaining Olympics day. Not just basketball-wise, I was watching the Olympics pretty much the whole day yesterday, and it's tiring. I should get paid for, Olympics watching. Anyway, we had some news. Precious Achiuwa is resigning with the New York Knicks on a one-year deal, $6 million per that year. For that year, really good resigning for both sides. Achiuwa stepped in really well when Mitchell Robinson got hurt, and obviously as a rotational piece for the injuries, and overall that's a good signing. Keeps the team together, and yeah, the Knicks obviously coming in with high expectations. Then Devontae Graham signed a 1 year, I guess, vet minimum deal with the Blazers, which would be like 3.3, I'm pretty sure, but that wasn't specified in the reporting I saw. So he is signing with the Blazers. It is what it is. That's one of the deals, right? Blazers, one of the prime Cooper Flag candidates. So that's that. Dominic Barlow is signing a two-way with the Hawks, while Bruno Fernando was waived by the Hawks. Rest in peace, Bruno. Sorry, Hawks fans. Dominic Barlow, shout out to him, legend. Then the Blazers want to trade one of Jeremy Grant or Anthony Simons before the season. They are expected to, which I guess, if they're able to get the 2 first rounders for Jeremy Grant as they want, then it makes sense. And I kept talking about if they want to get the best of Scoot, that they might need to trade one of Anthony or Shaden, unless Shaden could accept a sixth-man role, maybe even Simons, right? Because that's probably how it would have to work, but that's on the Blazers to figure out. I don't know what I would do, honestly. I guess if it were up to me, I would trade Shaden and have the backcourt consist of Simons and Scoot. I guess I would say so. That's because I think Anthony Simons is a little more proven at this point, even though injuries have really hampered him also. So it will be interesting to see what the Blazers do. We have heard the Jeremy Grant rumors to the Lakers. All of that would make a lot of sense. We'll see if the Lakers are gonna pay up those 2 first rounders that the Blazers want, or if they'll be able to make a deal for like a 1 first rounder and something else. We'll see how that all works out, but we should expect it to happen at some point before training camp, essentially. So that's in the next month or so. Then let's get into the Olympics. A really banger day. As the first matchup was Spain beating Greece 84-77. I bet on Greece. Greece were favorites, actually, which I was kind of surprised by, with them being Giannis or nothing. And that isn't, as I would say, that doesn't guarantee you shit in FIBA, right? And it was Giannis downhill or bust, right? Whenever Giannis went downhill or had the ball in transition, they did well. And other than that, the ball screens with Giannis, the pick and rolls with Giannis didn't work as well, especially down the stretch where whenever they didn't get Giannis the ball, they essentially got a bad shot out of it. And even when they made shots, they were bad shots. They were bad shot quality, everything. Spain had it on lock. And as long as Giannis wasn't going downhill, Spain pretty much shut them down for the last, 5 to 6 minutes of the game. And Giannis had his moments, but unfortunately, nobody else really showed up for him. And Santi Aldama had himself a great game. The Spain team, made some really timely 3-pointers, I would say. Even though, funny enough, they made 15 3-pointers, shot 48% from the three-point line, which obviously gives you a lot. They got to the line way more, which was an intriguing thing. Did not expect them to win the rebounding battle and to get to the line that much. While they did lose the turnover battle, like I said, that didn't matter. And I don't know if the reffing was bad or not, but it felt like they weren't calling that evenly for Greece, in my opinion, from what I've watched. So that's just my thing. At the end of the day, at least in the fourth quarter. But what a win for Spain, right? They keep their hopes alive of getting through to the knockout stages, while Greece will have to beat Canada, I'm pretty sure, right? That's the matchup of that group. Yeah, they will have to beat Canada if they want to have a chance, which is a tough one. As we'll talk about Canada now. They beat Australia 93-83. A really good matchup. Josh Giddey continues to really just play incredible in these FIBA rules. That shortened 3-point line seems to really be doing wonders for him. He was 3 of 7 today. Has done a really good all-around job. But as I predicted, Patty Mills got shut down today. And overall, the guard play wasn't as good as you would like it to be, even though Dante Exum really stepped up. And Jock Landale is sensational in these FIBA games. He's been awesome. But Patty Mills got shut down at the end of the day. And Canada did start off poorly. Some parts of it was that Shea got into foul trouble real quick. Josh Giddey, like I said, was dominating. And Canada, to me, played a little too slow with little energy in the first half. I'm not sure if careless, but they didn't have enough energy in there, other than Dylan Brooks, who always brings the energy. And they, of course, played Trey Lyles, who I think continues to just be horrible. And he will probably not be playing that much throughout the rest of the tournament, because he did not play in the second half much, I'm pretty sure. And it was Dwight Powell and Cam Birch combining for that center spot, which they did really well. Especially Cam Birch stepped in and did his job really well. While RJ Barrett continues to just be incredible. 24, 7 and 5 for Barrett today on 8 of 14 shooting from the field. And he's been awesome since he got traded to the Raptors, even with Toronto. So RJ Barrett might have figured it out, and he's been balling in this tournament so far. So shout out to RJ Barrett. That's awesome. Shea, 8 of 10 from the field, did his thing. Even though he was in foul trouble and wasn't as assertive as you needed to be. But whenever he gets into that left side of the floor, left block, it just overwhelms the defense so much, right? That mid-range is lethal. He can make really good passes out of it, and it opens up so much space for all his teammates who are, they play very good team ball. They swing the ball really well to open shooters. And that's just great, right? Especially when Dylan Brooks is shooting the ball well, right? RJ Barrett is shooting the ball well. Lou Dort is shooting the ball well. Now you just need Jamal Murray or Andrew Nembhard to come along with their shooting. If one of those two come along, they have a chance against USA. But other than that, I'm a lot more skeptical than I was before the tournament that any team could beat USA in this setting. As we'll talk about France next, they beat Japan 94-90 after overtime, and it was a really bad performance by France. Once again, not impressive at all. Rudy Gobert continues to be worthless. Now, of course, defensively he did his thing still, but that play where he smacked Batum and got blocked at the rim was one of the funniest things you'll ever see, and it's once again Rudy Gobert. He just always is in these places, and it was Strasel who saved France with an incredible and one. I did not see the foul there. I did not see the foul there on the three ball, but it was called, and they could have fouled earlier. They could have just simply not contested that ball, and Japan would have won maybe. But that's just what it is at the end of the day, right? Unfortunately for Japan, no matter how well they shot from the 3-point line, which they did incredibly well, they just at the end of the day couldn't close it, even though they had it. And Kawamura let it fly, but at the end of the day, it was a little too much. Took some really bad shots down the stretch, some one-on-ones against Wemby and Gobert, where it was like, what the fuck is you doing, buddy? Well, I understand he was hot, doesn't give you those shots, right? But he made clutch free throws, and it looked like they were gonna win, so it didn't matter really. But then, of course, once it was tied once again, he took a really bad shots to end the regular time. And it was like, what the fuck is you doing? So there's that. Rui Hachimura got ejected. It was a BS ejection. So there's that, and he was hooping. And then they finally were able to find Wemby in overtime, and he knocked down some 3 balls. While he couldn't knock down the clutchest one in the regular time, they got bailed out anyway. It doesn't matter. It's not like he doesn't have a clutch gene. We know he has it, and we know he wants to take it. And it really doesn't exist. But France just continues to be unimpressive. They are not able to find Wemby. Their guard play is really rough, while they did get a good performance out of Yabusele off the bench, from Strasel. Their overall offensive play just is not impressive. Evan Fournier, I don't know, man. He had one clutch shot, but it was awful otherwise. And I think they're not doing a good job. ISO-wise, they don't have much. Finding Wemby, I would say they haven't done that good of a job from what I watched. So I don't know about France, y'all. I don't know about France. I think Germany will beat them when they play. Probably, what is it, like on Friday, I would suspect. Let me check it out. Yep, France, Germany on Friday. So that's where I would pick Germany, but we're getting ahead of ourselves as Germany beat Brazil. It was 86-73. Brazil did really well for themselves, played with a lot of energy, had a great second quarter where they kept themselves in the game. Shot the three ball fairly well. That's what kept them in the game the most. Played with a lot of energy, but they turned the ball over 20 times, which is just too much. And Brazil, I mean, Germany defensively was really great. Overall, they shut them down where they needed to. They shut them down in 2 of the 4 quarters essentially. And offensively, Dennis Schröder was on his thing. He was really great today. Franz Wagner had a really good game. So Germany did their job. They felt a little complacent. They felt a little, it felt like they were taking it not as seriously as they should, but they, for their sake, got it done. And they are 13-3. I am 13-3 on my picks because I picked everything right today, besides Greece, of course. So shout out to Giannis. He did his thing, like I said. Then, of course, there was also the Olympics 3 versus 3 game starting, and both USA teams lost, which I found really incredibly intriguing. That's all I'm gonna say about that because I did not watch it, but I just find it intriguing that both USA teams lost. I know the men's team wasn't favorited as much against the Serbian team, but the women's team losing, I'm really surprised against Germany. But they weren't like a huge favorite, right? But it's still surprising nonetheless. And today's slate, for day 5 of Olympics, we have a women's tournament continuing. The first 2 games are Puerto Rico against Spain. I think Spain should win that one, but obviously I'm not that well versed, so I'm going much more of what I've read and know, not based on what I've watched. And Serbia against China should be a good one. I'm going China. I hope I can catch some of this match, but there will be a lot of tennis going on for me, so I'll see what I can catch from that. Then we have Puerto Rico against Serbia. I'm going Serbia there. I think Puerto Rico, if Jose Alvarado is at least somewhat right, could give Serbia some trouble. But I don't think defensively they have enough, right? If they go enough through Jokic, which I think they should do a little more, they should be fine. Maybe it's a good time for Bogdan Bogdanovic to get a good game in, even though he doesn't look the same. This is the perfect game to go through, and I think all of the Serbians have enough energy and they know the stakes here. They have to beat Puerto Rico if they want to make it. So, I'm not picking against Jokic in that matchup, but if Alvarado is right, I think Puerto Rico with their 3-point shooting and their energy could provide some troubles for Serbia. And then the US against South Sudan. I'm going US. I would love for South Sudan with their length and athleticism and size if they got another one of those hot shooting nights, but we'll see how that works out. We'll see how it goes. I'll make sure. I'll make sure. I'll obviously be watching, but I don't know. I do think USA honestly will blow every team out at this point and stage from what I've seen and what I've watched. But we'll see how seriously they will play and how South Sudan will shoot at the end of the day. So that's it for me. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Those were Olympics Day 4. Yesterday's NBA news. As always, be kind to yourself and to others. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Just be.